Hey, it's Kimberlee and welcome back to my channel. I make videos on all things lifestyle on a budget, and today we're trying dip powder for the first time. I got this kit on Amazon and let's see what comes inside. So thankfully there are instructions because this was quite confusing to me. Inside you get 4 dip powders and you get 4 liquids. The first liquid is a base coat. The second is an activator. The third is your top coat, and that's your final step. And the final thing you get is a brush cleaner. You can dip this in to clear off your brush, which is great. And here are the colors that you get. The colors aren't listed on the bottle, so I figured I'd post a photo, but it's a black, a dark purple, a silver/gray, and then a mauve color. I love these colors. They look so awesome. And then this is what I'll be using in another video, but this is a kit to help clear off the nails. We'll have to test that out, but I wanted to show what it would be. So I decided to get these little clips that you put on your nail with soaking it in some acetone, and hopefully that is all I need to do and they'll come off. Make sure you guys are subscribed so you'll get notified when I post my video of me testing out this kit, and hopefully everything comes off easy. I guess we'll find out. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is prep my nails. My nails grow really fast, but I wanted to cut them down a little bit because I had heard that when you have dip powder, your nails can actually grow pretty fast. So I cut them down. I didn't intend on doing so much cutting, but I kind of misjudged, so my nails are like itty bitty now. Lesson learned. Here are my little bitty nails now. The next step is to push back your cuticle, and then you're going to file on top of your nail so that you can get rid of any excess oils, dust, etc. All right, here's the moment of truth. Can a non-nail expert actually follow along with a dip powder kit? Let's find out. First step is to apply a coat of the base. And then you're gonna dip and then tap off the excess. You do not need to leave it in this long. I was not sure what I was doing and I didn't know how long I should, but you can just dip it and then pull it back out. Video of someone using a brush to brush off the excess, but you don't necessarily have to do that. And then you're gonna go in with the base again, and then you are going to dip and tap again. And you'll see as I start tapping it off, I realize I have like a giant bump, and I think that's probably from the way that I was using the dip powder. So again, just dip and then pull it back out and it should be fine. Next, you're gonna go in with the activator, and you're just gonna apply the activator and let it air dry. It dries very quickly, so you don't have to wait too long. The next step is to file, shape, and buff. I attempted to fix that giant bump, and then I'm going to go in with the activator again and let it air dry, and then move on to the next step, which is to apply the top coat. So you just do thin, quick strokes. I did a little too many, but that's okay. Thin, quick strokes, let it dry for 2 minutes, and then you're going to go in again with that top coat and do another 2 minutes of air dry, and that is it. One nail down. It's very straightforward. Obviously, having the cheat sheet is helpful. Now, obviously, I'm just a degular. I'm not a nail expert, so it doesn't look perfect. I have some bumps here and there, but for my first time, I was actually surprised at how easy it was. In theory, during the filing and the shaping, you could pretty much fix your errors or mistakes. Not that I personally knew how, but anyone else could probably do that in that moment. After doing my second nail, I decided to stop and watch a YouTube video to pick up on some techniques. Instead of doing one nail at a time, I would do the base, then dip, tap it off, and then move on to the next nail. It helps things move much faster so that in the between time of the nail kind of drying a little bit, I was already on to the next nail, and then I could go back and, you know, fix up the cuticle area, etc. It just helped everything move a little bit more faster. Another suggestion was to not do the base coat so close to your cuticle the first time around, but then the second time go closer. I didn't necessarily love that. I think that was just in my own abilities, that I felt like when I finally went in the second time, it wasn't as pigmented in that area. So I think I was fine in my first go around where I did the base coat and I made sure that it covered the entire part of my nail as opposed to not going as close to the cuticle. But for someone else that's more precise and has precision, that's probably great for them, but it just didn't quite work out for me. And I didn't experience any problems with double dipping into the dip, so you don't have to necessarily just do one, you can do two, and there wasn't an issue. Here's my nails before I ended up buffing them. So it came out pretty good, except for the middle finger. But we're gonna try to fix that. Listen, I'm not the best. Again, I'm just a regular degular, but I tried to fix it as best I could with the buffing section. And once again, after buffing, you go back in with the activator and then you'll move on to the top coat. And random fact, but I happened to accidentally touch the base coat to try to fix my nail and it felt like glue and literally stuck my hands together. So that base coat is definitely some type of glue. Just an FYI, if anyone didn't know that or was curious how this is all kind of sticking together. I found that out the hard way when I could not get my hand to separate for like a hot second. But here's how my nails look on the first side. It actually came out pretty good. Of course there's room for improvement, but for my first time, I was pretty shocked. Now for the other hand, so again, you start with your base, then you dip, then you go back in with the base again and you dip again. And I went all the way through with just one hand. Here's how it looked after. A little bit rough, but that's my non-dominant hand. What do we expect? We keep going. And then you go in with the activator. And then after you do this activator is when you go in with the filing, the shaping, and the buffing to kind of fix all your errors and mistakes, or to make basically to make the dip powder layer like a little bit thinner if you wanted it to be not as thick, because it can be pretty thick, as you can see with my middle finger. Once you're done with that, you go back in with the activator. After that second layer of activator, your final step is to go in with the top coat. You're gonna wait 2 minutes and you always do thin, quick strokes for each nail. Let that air dry and then you're gonna go in for your final top coat all the way around. Let it air dry for 2 minutes and then you are done. And here's how my nails look. I am so excited. I thought this would be a train wreck because they seemed like there were so many steps and I wasn't quite sure, but it kind of actually ended up working out really well. Again, not salon perfect. Yes, I have some bumps right on my thumb, as you can see, but it came out pretty good. A lot of the other kits I saw had like 6 powders and I just didn't want that many because I wasn't even sure I would like how this would come out. But I'm so happy I went with this kit from Lavender Violets. Here's how it looks in the sunlight. I just wanted to kind of show you guys, how thick the dip powder actually looks. My nails feel great. It feels like hard as a rock, like this stuff is staying on, which is awesome. And that's my video. Comment down below if you've done dip powder before, if you're interested in the set. I thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.